The following episode was recorded in front of a live streaming audience on Saturday, July the 12th, 2025.
You know who you are? Steeven is my name. Even Steeven.
Will you say something, Steeven?
Steeven or Else Media.
You're listening to the Superman Super Show, and this is bonus episode number 3, Not Seeing Superman and Other Stuff. Welcome to the Superman Super Show Live. This is episode 38. This is our 38th live stream. I'm a host. My name is Steeven. Ed's over there. He's the other host. How you doing?
Howdy.
How you doing,
Howdy.
Ed?
Coolness, man. It's in the middle of summer.
Ugh.
I'm already looking forward to college football. So it's good.
It's hot, man.
Working, reading comics. Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah. We haven't hit triple digits yet, but we came really close yesterday.
I think we might have a week or two ago when that real bad heat wave went through over here on the eastern part of the country. I think we might have hit triple digits. I know we hit mid to high 90s. So
Heat dome or whatever they called it. Yep. So let me ask you this.
I'm Skyping out. Oh, I'm back. Oh, there we go. You're frozen. No, you're not. You're making me sick.
Start spinning.
Yeah. Whoa.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
As we're live streaming, of course, it is the 12th of July. Yesterday was Friday the 11th, which is when the James Gunn Superman movie hit theaters.
Yes.
Have you seen it yet?
No, I have not seen it yet, and I think I am like in the 15th percentile of the entire nation, apparently, that have not, because people were talking about having seen it since like Tuesday,
Yeah.
even though it opened Thursday. I'm like, how are y'all getting these secret pre-screen? And so many people, I'm like, maybe like some Rob Liefeld and some of his people get early screening, but I'm like on Twitter with regular people that I follow that have early screening. I'm like, what the hell are you people? Yeah.
I was really confused at first this week because I was like, did they drop it into theaters like 5 days early?
I know. So many people. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. So I suspect maybe, and I don't, if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be disappointed. But I saw my wife looking around online, I believe last night, at a local theater for maybe morning-ish, 11 o'clock-ish a.m. kind of tickets, because I told her that I would like to see it. And I said, and actually, I wouldn't mind if we went and saw it right after we went and saw the Jurassic World movie, too, while we're there, and just catch them both. So because I said, usually if we talk back and forth, it's one thing. But if one of the other of us says something, boy, that's cool, that's nice, I'd like to see, I'd like to have... The other one is like, make a note.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not doing nothing. Okay, yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
So maybe we'll see it tomorrow. If I don't, chances are I'll just wait until the DVD comes out. Maybe get it streaming first because it won't stream on Disney, will it? Because
it'll go to Max.
Warner Brothers. Yeah, we don't have Max. It would have to be Disney. So I'd probably wait until the DVD came out. Which is like tomorrow anyway. So, I mean, it's like, yeah. Yes. Right. You have one day in theaters only, and then it's like streaming for like 2 days and then DVD.
I hope we get it in the theaters more than one day because I haven't seen it yet. I won't see it next week. I'll see it the week after next. Right? The week after next is my birthday week. And so we're going to see it on my birthday. That means that if you do end up seeing it,
right?
If we get back to sticking to doing this every 2 weeks, the next time we live stream, there's a good chance that both of us will have seen that Superman movie.
We can banter about Nathan Killion's bowl cut and whatever else, So
And we may, we'll have to plan on that if it happens. Because there's a good chance that we may only have time after talking about the movie to only talk about one of the stories. But
I mean, we can always make it a whole different episode if you want to make it a thing. Whatever. I've never talked about movies before. I don't know how much I would be able to remember to really be able to. And I've wondered this because other people have invited me on movie podcasts, but I've always been like, I don't know how much of an hour and a half, an hour, 45 minutes I'm going to be able to remember 3 days later to talk about. Yeah. So I don't know how that goes. I've always wondered.
Well, if we're live streaming 2 weeks from now, if we've both seen the movie, we'll just do it as our banter, and we'll just see what happens.
All right.
We'll plan on talking about 2 stories because
cool with me.
If we only talk about one story, that's going to mess with me because
it'll throw off your sequence of what you have to edit, and
which is stupid because the next 6 episodes are post-crisis episodes, and we only talk about those one at a time anyway because.
But you know that these we don't do that
exactly.
Yeah, so it's an in your head the way it goes kind of thing. These things are one at a time. These things are 2 at a time, and never the twain shall meet is the saying somewhere.
So if y'all watching, if any of you are members of Steeven or Else Beyond, I put up a bonus episode, a Superman Super Show bonus episode. It's about 15 minutes long. And it's basically, I'm going to start taking this bit of our live streams where Ed and I tend to just talk about stuff before we actually start recording the episodes themselves. So, just that's something to look forward to. If you're not a member of Steeven or Else Beyond, then you'll get the episode
you should be.
next week.
You should be.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Support the man. This, this might be free, but shit ain't free. So, I mean, come on. If you're going to partake.
My love is definitely not free.
Oh, yeah. If it's free, then you have like doctor's expenses and shit. That's
right.
Yeah, that's.
But so that first bonus episode that will go up for everybody next week. Like I said, it's only about 15 minutes long. 10 minutes of it is just basically Ed and I talking about because it was recorded, I think, back in May. Mm-hmm. You and I, the teaser trailer for the James Gunn Superman movie had just come out.
Just dropped.
So we were talking about that.
Was that the one where everybody was talking about crypto, basically?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. My daughter has told me that she read that there was a scene in the movie that they cut because it did not test well with audiences, in which during one of the big superhero battles, the bad guy punches crypto.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
The audience at that point was like, "Oh, hell no."
Yeah.
I don't care that he's a super dog.
No. Yeah, I could see that. I was thinking you were going to say that they kicked crypto. I'm like, that's not going to test well for most people.
Speaking of Superman movies, this may not make sense as a segue when I say it, but have you ever watched Supernatural?
No, never in the history of the show during its run. I've never caught one in syndication or anything.
Yeah,
I am relatively familiar with it. The names, the brothers, and the actors and whatnot. I've never watched an episode.
I'm rewatching it now because it's like 16 seasons.
Yeah, it was on a very long time,
and
surprisingly,
I had started watching it when it was on Netflix. I think there were 10 seasons up on Netflix at that point, and so then every time a new season would come out, I would watch it on Netflix. But when that final season went up on Netflix, I'm watching it, and it ends. The season ends like 12 episodes in, and I'm like, that was a weird ending. That was a weird ending for the season. And the more I thought about it, the more I had to look it up. What was up with the ending of that season? And find out that was just the first half of the last season.
Yeah,
they hadn't put up the second half
or
yet.
whatever. Yeah.
And at that point, I was just like, oh, well, I guess I'll wait until that second half goes up. And then I just never went back to it. And
dude. Okay.
So basically, it's like I have watched hundreds and hundreds of episodes. There's just 12 episodes left.
Yeah,
and,
you've watched all but the last half of the last season. It's like, okay.
So I started it over. I'm nearing the end of season 6 at this point. But the reason why I mention it in a part, man, my brain just flipped.
Superman, did it have
in regard to Superman? Yeah.
Okay.
The character of Sam on Supernatural, Jared Padalecki, I think is the actor's name.
Right, Padalecki. Mm-hmm.
There's a point there where, because he was still a kid when that show started. I mean, when I say kid, he was probably 18.
Yeah.
But so from the first episode up to, I don't know, it's probably somewhere around season 4, season 5, where suddenly you realize dude has grown up and he's like 6'5", 6'6". He's tall, very broad shouldered. He's very cut, very muscular, but he's not like bodybuilder muscular. And right. I've been watching it lately going, he should have been Superman. He would have, I mean, he's got kind of a baby face, but I think about the Man of Steel, us talking about the Man of Steel and how there was, I think it was during the last issue we were talking about how just like physically big John Byrne draws Superman as far as tall and broad. He's like a big wall. And I was like, man, Sam, I think that dude as physically could totally do Superman. And he just had to do a younger Superman. So
how about having Reacher as Superman? I was thinking about that the other day. I think that would be very funny.
It would be funny, but I would say, I don't know. I like my Superman more, still muscular, but more like the John Byrne muscular and not like a more beefy.
I was thinking more the way the character is than the physique of the actor.
He would fit for Golden Age.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be, especially with some of the stuff we saw in these 2 stories we read for this, it'd be like, oh yeah, I could see him just, yeah.
Think about what was it, the first, maybe it was the second season where he takes the dog out of that guy's yard because the guy's not taking care of the dog. And It's like, Golden Age Superman would do that. He wouldn't, if he noticed that, he wouldn't put up with that kind of shit either. So
just flying around or going back to the Daily Planet and he sees that, he'd swoop down, break that dog loose and give it to somebody who's going to take care of it in town.
That's what, I don't remember which one. I think it was Rana was asking me a couple of days ago if she's like, I know if everybody's on, the right is all over social media talking about how, the Superman movie is woke because it's an immigrant story. And doesn't that just drive you crazy? And because you're such a big Superman fan, it's like, no, because they're stupid. I mean, that's like saying, oh, Superman's woke because they gave him a red cape.
I mean, how can it's not, I don't think in my mind that it fits the definition that I thought woke was, because Superman has always been an immigrant. Right. It's not, he's not been retconned. It's not something that has just been brought up. It's like, no, from the very beginning, it was written and it was known by us reading that he's not from this planet. So that's his shtick. He's an alien.
Right.
How is that woke? I don't know.
It's because it's like when they were railing against like the green M&M and Miss Potato Head about something. I don't remember what it was. It's obvious to us that it's all theater. You get Kellyanne Conway on a show talking about, well, the Superman they're saying is they're an immigrant story, so he's gone all woke. It's like she knows that's not true. She's just they're stirring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're crying outrage, false outrage over something, and
truth be told, if you wanted to put some kind of righty thing on it, I would almost think that maybe Superman fits more into the DEI objections than it does the woke objections.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to if you're going to say that they're doing something because it's like, well, maybe that diversity issue would be more along the lines of what Superman is part of rather than a woke immigrant. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I was telling her and Karen when they were talking about it a couple of days ago, it's like, Superman has been his first story is called Champion of the Oppressed. I mean, that's
well, there you go. Yeah, it's like
saying social justice warrior, basically. He's always been like that, and
I think if somebody was a particular way before that particular way was called something, then they don't qualify because whatever your definition is didn't exist at the time of that thing, so that thing can't apply to it. You can't retroactively say, well, see if it's like, no, because that was not even a thing then.
Right.
So
and when they're saying it to mean that the leftist liberals have taken a conservative value idea and changed it and twisted it specifically to make it woke.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they didn't.
No, not for Superman. Sorry. Maybe there's another hero out there that they've done that to. I wouldn't be surprised. But it's like, no. Martian Manhunter? No. It's in the name even. Martian. Yeah. So, whatever. Okay.
But
I can't go into it because I'll just keep going.
It's funny though how I'm doing this Supernatural rewatch, and of course, it's started in the early 2000s or something, and so there's homophobic humor in it. There's stuff like that. Well, there just is. But at one point, I think I was in season 3 or something. I just kind of went, this is a white freaking show. I mean, everybody on this show is just, it's like
white. Yeah.
When you suddenly realize how white Friends is,
when you pay it, when you think about it, you're like, when was the last time I saw anybody of any color on Friends other than white? When was that? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
there was that one patron at the coffee shop that walked through the screen and that was it.
Yeah, they sprinkle him in the background, but
maybe, but when you think about it, it's like, oh wow, you really had to try to do that, didn't you? I mean, that was very purposeful to do that.
Yep.
Same thing with Seinfeld.
Yeah.
If you think about it, where was color in Seinfeld?
Yeah.
I don't know. You had the soup Nazi. Maybe that's color. I don't know. Dude was pretty white, I thought. Yeah,
they had a character that showed up. The only reason I bring him up, he showed up once because one of the things that they did on Seinfeld a lot, they gave a lot of the, if it was like a one episode character or even like a character who maybe came back once a season, they hired a lot of other comedians, stand-up comedians to play a lot of those roles. So there was a character that I think Jerry gets into it with out on the street because of a road rage thing, and he's played by Mario Joyner, he's a black guy, he's a comedian, and I loved him in the 90s. I used to watch half-hour comedy hour on freaking MTV and stuff like that, and he was one of my favorite stand-ups. And I found out just within the last couple of years that he and Jerry Seinfeld are like best buds. It's like they grew up doing comedy together. They started out doing comedy together, and they're like I think he was on an episode of Jerry's Comedians in Cars Drinking Coffee.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a pretty good show. But that's when he talked about that they were just like the best friends. I'm just like, well, why wasn't he in the show more then?
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know if I have anything else.
I'm ready to go if you want to surge forward.
Yeah, because I've just been watching. I watched the newest Marvel movie I'm on was the new Captain America, which was all right.
Haven't seen it yet.
It's it's like the second. Is it Winter Soldier and Civil War? The second and third Captain America movies are just so good that I will go back and just watch them. I've watched them numerous times. This new one, he was all right. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I have it on DVD, and I'll go ahead and go on record, and this won't sound very good because I am horribly Caucasian and I know it, but for what I think are very valid reasons, not having to do with race or color, I am not a fan of the Falcon being Captain America.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the Falcon having the shield, and I know. Automatically, that makes it sound like, oh, well, you don't like it because he's black. No, because he could be green or blue, and I would not agree with the mantle being passed on to him for reasons. And so I've kind of been, I watch all of the superhero movies. I buy them all on DVD, and I have them to support it so that it keeps going. And it is in actually, I think we just got it yesterday. I think we bought 3 or 4 DVDs off of Amazon, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the comic book, even when they did it in the comic book, and I just, like I said, there's reasons in my mind, logically, why Steve Rogers has to be Captain America.
No, yes, I agree.
And that's, it's not anything related to anyone else other than the fact that Captain America can't be anyone else in my mind.
Yeah.
Because of the way that I look at the character and the way that I believe the character was intended when it was created, which I could be completely wrong. I mean, first off, I will say that, yes, I am terminally Caucasian, but I am not Jewish. So I do not know what the men had in mind when they created Captain America. I cannot remotely speak to that. Same as these gentlemen that made Superman. I am not Jewish. I cannot say what was going through their head when they were writing this character. I can say what I think when I see what they did, but as far as the true motivation behind it, whatever, I have no idea. I've never spoken to them. There's no way I can know.
Yeah.
So I don't presume. I don't try to know. So same thing with Captain America. But having read him, from my perspective, and seen what they have done with the character, there are aspects of the character that I'm like, you get away from the character if it's not Steve Rogers for reasons.
Yep.
And so I just don't like that they've done that. I wasn't a fan of the captain when he threw down the mantle. I wasn't a fan of Nomad. I wasn't a fan of Bucky when he was captain. It's like
see the Captain and Nomad, that period, the 80s, Mark Grunwald, that's my bread. I was getting Captain America as a subscription in the mail. So that was my bread and butter for Captain America. So I loved the Captain. I loved Nomad, but I was more excited when he came back to being Captain America.
I don't necessarily disagree with why Steve Rogers did what he did when he became the captain. Now, the Nomad thing was a little bit farther out there. That was like, yeah. But, going from Captain America to just the captain, okay, I can kind of understand in his position with what he stated, why he did. It's like, okay, yeah, I could see that. But yeah, so all that to say that, yeah, I have the DVD and I'll watch it. Now that I have the DVD, I'll probably watch it sooner rather than later. But it hasn't been on my must get to see it list like, say, this latest Superman is. I really want to see it one way or another as soon as I can. So,
yeah, I mean, I had stopped reading comics before Sam Wilson became Captain America in the comics. But I was collecting and reading when Bucky became Cap, and I like that storyline. I really like Sam Wilson in the MCU, and I don't care that he's Captain America. I think he makes a pretty decent Captain America, and I do like him in this movie, and I like Harrison Ford in the movie. I don't know. It didn't in the end. There just wasn't anything about it that made me, during that first and second phase where it's like every time a movie ends, you're like, oh, what's going to build from
next?
this? Yeah. How does that build off of what came before? And You could see everything coming together, and they're not quite doing that. And I've heard that the Thunderbolts is like really good, but it didn't do well at the theaters, and so Disney and Marvel considered a big flop. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
No, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, and I haven't started watching Ironheart yet. I think I'm going to wait till all the episodes go up.
I haven't watched it. And another thought occurred to me about Captain America. For those of you that are hearing this and now believe that I'm racist, because I also am not a fan of the other Captain Americas that they have come up with over the years. Captain America of the rails, Captain America of the Southwest, Captain America of the, because Captain America is not, it's not something that you put on. It's not a mantle. Like, say, well, even, and this was a bad example, even Batman's cowl, the cowl isn't Batman. So that's a bad analogy. But
well, it would be like, let's say Clark Kent decides he's not going to be Superman anymore. And so John Jones, because he's basically got the same powers, he takes on the mantle of Superman. It's like, just because you have the same powers,
right?
It's not, but with Captain America, it's a guy who, he was in the middle of that World War II, rah America, and being the idea of being a patriotic American meant something different at that time than it means at this time, so there's that man out of time thing going on that
only Steve Rogers can be Captain America.
Yeah.
Other people can do what Captain America does, but that doesn't make them Captain America.
Yeah.
And so to me, there are very specific things, very specific choices that Steve Rogers made in being Captain America that, in my mind, means he is the only person capable now of being Captain America because of those choices that Steve Rogers made. Yeah. Someone else making those same choices would not have been the same because they weren't Steve Rogers making those choices. So, and again, I've thought about this because I know, particularly now, that in saying that, I don't like Sam Wilson as Captain America, I'm going to be racist to a certain group of people. I mean, just automatically. And that's fine, but I believe that my thoughts are very logical and supportive of why. And it's not part of it, yes, is because Steve Rogers is white. That is a very definitive part of Captain America. But that is not exclusively why.
Well, and he's not just white. He is an Aryan. I mean, he's blonde, blue eyes. They used the super soldier serum to turn him into the Ubermensch. What are they? Yeah. So
Mensch. Yeah. He was the first, only maybe still. I don't know. Ubermensch. Yeah. That's not what they did, but it's what they did.
I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on the movie when you watch it, because I think, the problem with the MCU, because whenever they do stuff like that in the comics, it's never bothered me because very rarely does it not go back to the status quo. It's
right.
It's a temporary
by
thing.
Somebody. Yeah.
But with the movies, they at some point had to make a decision. Do we make a different character, Captain America or Iron Man, or do we recast Tony Stark? Do we recast Steve Rogers? Do we do the James Bond thing? And I think most of the viewing audience in the world would be like, just recast. As long as the actor is good, we don't care. But because they went the other direction, then it's like, well, Sam Wilson he's just the new Captain America, because what's his name? I mean, he may come back and do another movie or something, like a walk-on type of thing, but he's not going to be Captain America. He's just not. And so
Chris Evans?
Yeah. But I think they do a pretty good job in the movie of kind of giving you a, Steve Rogers he was Captain America, and this is what Steve Rogers Captain America meant for the country. And I think they do kind of a good job with Sam Wilson is a different Captain America, and his Captain America means something different to the country.
Right.
And I mean,
and
just all in all, I don't know. There was just something about the villain and
just to finish up, to further piss off those people that now feel that I am racist. I think that they should recast Black Panther as well, so that character can continue on. I don't necessarily think that it needs to be a white person. Given the story, I don't even really know why it would be a white person that would be Black Panther. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. But I do think that the character needs to be recast.
I agree, and I understand why they didn't do it at the time. I get it, but I think enough time has passed.
Yes, but what you are doing is you are using a just undisguised double standard, and that is not right. You give me any other character that the same thing had happened, and if they wanted to continue with the character, they would have recast it in a heartbeat. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, whatever, recast ad nauseum. But no, we can't recast Black Panther. Why? Don't tell me that it has something to do with the actor. No. That's a double standard, and that's not going to work.
No, I get it.
That's not going to work.
I think if the second movie, the second Black Panther movie, if that hadn't already kind of been in development, it was so close,
Sure.
That's I completely get what you're saying. I do. But I do think that at this point, especially when they have this whole, Secret Wars thing that they're going to be doing, they're going to tie up the whole multiverse thing. That's a perfect opportunity to recast somebody as T'Challa and bring T'Challa back into the MCU. Especially
anybody could be T'Challa now. I mean, if you're going to other dimensions, other realities, because T'Challa could be a tree like Groot for all we know. I mean, who knows?
That's what's funny about live action superhero movies or TV shows is that whenever they do like a multiverse thing, and then they bring like Batman, there's been however many actors who's played Batman. So each one of those actors is a different universe. It's like, okay, but in the comic book, Bruce Wayne would still look like the same person in each universe. But because they can't, so that's why for a movie, this is the perfect opportunity to do that, because the audience is already used to, the Batman from this universe looks like Michael Keaton, but the Batman from that universe looks like what's his name who did his voice on the cartoon. They're used to that.
Right.
It's a perfect opportunity.
Whatever his name is, he hosts the Lego show.
Okay.
I can't remember his last name. Using Michael Keaton, though, now would be kind of confusing, because wasn't he the Vulture in a couple Spider-Man movies? Yeah, but that's a different. Yeah, so now we're mixing universes, and it's like, wait a minute, wasn't he the Vulture? Yes, he was, but not in this universe. In this universe, he's Batman, and so.
Well, but I mean, it's DC and Marvel, so.
Right. Okay. So.
Okay, the Lego show. Let's see here.
Will host because he plays on having done that voice on the hosting.
There's not a name. I'm done. I'm tired of looking at it already.
Will Arnett.
Oh, from the Lego Batman.
Yes.
The
is
Lego
that not who you were referring to? Lego Batman?
I found a YouTube channel called The Lego Show.
Oh. No, this is a prime time competition show.
I was talking about the guy who did his voice in the Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, animated series that is now deceased.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't think of his name.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to start looking that up other than Batman Animated.
I feel like
Kurt?
Kurt something, maybe.
That doesn't sound right.
I don't know. I'm old, dude. I mean, I'm not as old as you, but
Kevin Conroy.
What was K?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. That was
just makes me right then. That just
okay.
There was a vowel in it.
I'll give you that one. I'm not standing on the hill.
And a consonant.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Absolutely.
All right. You ready to record one of these episodes?
Let's do it. Let's talk about some Action Comics 37.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Superman Super Show. Questions and comments can be directed to thesupermansupershow@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the show, you can help to boost our presence online by leaving a rating or review on your favorite podcast app. The Superman Super Show is a presentation of Steeven or Else Media. For more nerdy content just like this, check out SoManyPodcasts.com or use the link in your show notes. Superman is a registered trademark of DC Comics and was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
Oh, but wait, there's Superman. He'll save us. Superman! Superman! Wait, where are you going? Oh, to hell with him. We'll have to deal with these marauders ourselves.